Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel Teacher Said 2020. This episode is the second part of our discussion on writing an account of a true event, which is in Unit 5, the Full Blast 4 textbook. Okay, in our previous discussion, which is part 1, we discussed this topic by reading a sample text given by the book, and then we analyzed the content, and then we discussed the techniques used by the writer to make the content interesting. So now in this episode, we will apply the lessons and try to write our own account. On this page, at the bottom right of the page, we are given a task, a writing task, and plus the guidelines. Okay, the guidelines are very important. Inshallah, reading and understanding all the guidelines provided will facilitate us in our task. So let us read the guidelines. Okay, our task is think about a funny, embarrassing, and scary or annoying experience that you have and write about it. Okay, that is the instruction. So here are the tips. When writing an account of a true event, firstly, follow the plan on writing a story on page 33. The plan is on page 33. After this, I will show you how the plan looks like. If you have the book with you, turn to page 33. Use the first person, which is I and we. Why are we using the first person, I and we? Because we are writing about ourselves. So in other words, we are using the first person point of view, which is ourselves, the writer. Next, divide your account into paragraphs. After this, when I show you the plan on page 33, you will know how the paragraphs look like. Okay, next, use past tenses and linking words and phrases. Why past tenses? Because it is an account that happened in the past. Okay, we are talking about an event in the past. Okay, we also use linking words and phrases to explain the event, right? Try to make it interesting for the reader by using number 1, direct speech. Okay, direct speech is the dialogue, the real dialogue said by the person in the story. Questions. Once in a while, we can put questions in our text and exclamation marks. For example, when we are talking about a tense situation. Okay, we are also advised to use adverbs and adverbial phrases. For example, suddenly, fortunately, to my surprise, so on and so forth. And then we are also encouraged to use a variety of adjectives. For example, awful, the word awful instead of bad. Okay, just to make it strong, to make the message stronger. Okay, expressions or idioms. Okay, we use figurative language. Expression or idioms like I jumped out of my skin, my heart was in my mouth, etc. Okay, you can find that in our in the previous page. You can also find that in our previous discussion, part 1. Okay, now I'm turning to page 33. This is what you can see on page 33. It is a diagram showing a plan. So this is how you plan your story. Okay, let us read. Plan. When you writing a story, narrate events according to the plan below. Firstly, or first paragraph, describe the setting of the story. Setting of the story means time, place, weather, etc. That is the setting. Okay, time refers to the time when it happened. Place, the location. Okay, weather is the weather condition on that day, and so on. And then introduce the main character or characters. And then the second paragraph, which is main paragraph. That is the main part, consisting of 2 or 3 paragraphs. This is the body of your essay. We call it body paragraphs. Okay, mention what happened, what the character or characters did, saw, heard, said, etc., and how they felt. Actually, this is the main part of the essay, actually, where you describe what happened in the story. Okay, what happened in the story. So please focus on this part. You have to focus on this part. This is the most important part of your essay. And finally, conclusion. Okay, describe what happened in the end and make a short comment. If possible. Okay. When talking about structure of an essay, I always compare it with a hamburger. Okay, look at this diagram, everybody. Okay, the top bun of the hamburger is the introduction. The main part, consisting of 2 or 3 paragraphs, are the main part of the burger, the meat, the patties. Okay, and then the conclusion is the lower bun. Okay, if you include everything, we are going to have a very delicious burger. And if you combine everything, if you make sure everything is in a good condition, you will get a very good essay. Just to give you an idea of an account of a true event, I'm going to share with you an experience of mine that I had when I was traveling to India. So I will follow the guideline given by the book. Okay, here goes. This happened to me at the end of 2019 when I traveled to India with my family. Among the places we planned to visit was Agra, where one of the greatest buildings in the history, Taj Mahal, is located. The weather was freezing cold and the fog was very thick. On our second day, we took a taxi from Delhi to Agra, which took 4 hours using Yamuna Expressway, the highway that connects the two cities. When I reached the place, I was totally awed by the beauty of the building. Even though the thick white fog shrouded the entire place, it was so majestic and heavenly. Unfortunately, to my great disappointment, the officer in charge informed me that my video camera was not allowed within the compound, and I had to hand it to the counter. What? No video camera? In a place where people are supposed to take pictures and videos? It really drove me up the wall. I was informed that only the camera type I was using was not allowed, while the rest were permitted. I had no choice but to use my smartphone instead to record the visit. I was totally furious by the seemingly unfair rule. Finally, I learned a very important lesson from the event. Always hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst. Always expect the unexpected, and luck is not always on our side. I am looking forward to my next visit to Taj Mahal with hope that they change the rule about video camera. Okay, this is the guideline given by the book on page 33. We have introduction, main part, and conclusion. Okay, there are 3 parts altogether consisting of maybe 5 paragraphs, okay, or 4 paragraphs. Okay, firstly, this is what I wrote in the first paragraph. Okay, and then the second paragraph, third paragraph, and fourth paragraph. Okay, for the first paragraph. This is the introduction. Okay, where I stated the time. The time is end of 2019. Place is India, and the weather is freezing cold and foggy. Okay, the characters are my family and I. Okay, and then the following paragraphs, I'm using 2 paragraphs for the main part. Here I describe what happened, what the character did, what I did, what I saw, what I heard, what I said, and etc. And finally, what I felt. And finally, the last paragraph, okay, is the conclusion where I describe what happened in the end and make a short comment. So in a way, I have used the guideline given by the book. Okay, moving on, let us check if I follow the guideline given on page 73. Okay, first of all, did I follow the plan for writing a story on page 33? Yes, I have already explained just now. Secondly, did I use the first person, which is I and we? Yes. Okay, this is the example. When I reached the place, I was totally awed. Did I divide my account into paragraphs? Yes, the one that I explained just now. Did I use past tenses and linking words and phrases? Okay, let us check. Yes, I did. I used simple past tense here. We took a taxi from Delhi to Agra. Okay, next, did I try to make it interesting for the reader by using direct speech, questions, and exclamation marks? Yes, I did. Here I put one question marks or a few question marks here. What? No video camera. Okay, those are question marks. Next, did I use adverbs, adverbial phrases like suddenly, fortunately, and to my surprise? Yes, I did. That is one example. Unfortunately, to my great disappointment. Unfortunately, to my great disappointment. Next, did I use a variety of adjectives? Yes, I used furious instead of mad or angry. And finally, did I use expressions like or idioms like I jump out of my skin, my heart was in my mouth, etc.? Yes, it really drove me up the wall. Okay, so that is one example of an account of a true event, especially something that happened when you were traveling. I believe that you can come up with much better stories than mine. Okay, so please use the guideline in the book. So boys and girls, what about you? Are you ready to share your account of a true event, especially when you were traveling? Personally, if you follow closely all the tips and tricks in this book, inshallah, you will find writing not rocket science difficult. Okay, do practice a lot, and that's also a tip. In fact, that is the mother of all tips. Okay, practice a lot. Thank you for being with me throughout the discussion on this topic. I always hope and pray for your success in your studies. See you again in my next videos. Till then, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye-bye.